Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today we are going to talk about simple future tense. Some people might just call it future tense, okay? So we'll be learning about, let me take out the laser. So we'll be talking about simple future tense and the structure is will plus bare infinitive. Bi for bare infinitive. That means the base form of the verb, okay? So I'll talk more about bare infinitive. I will talk more about bare infinitive in the next few slides, okay? So as you can see from this timeline, we don't talk about the past, we don't talk about the present, that means right now, but we will talk about the future, okay? So this is our main focus for today. So when do we use future tense? We use future tense when we want to talk about something in the future, as you can see here. When we compare the simple future tense to be going to, the simple future tense has lower certainty. What does it mean by lower certainty? That means that you are not too sure or you are not 100% sure. Then you use will. For example, I will go to Japan. Yeah, but have you bought the ticket yet? No. Okay, you are just maybe sometimes you just make the decision at the moment of speaking. You just want to go there, but you haven't actually saved enough money or you haven't actually bought the ticket yet. Okay, so in that case, if we have lower certainty and if we make the decision at the moment of speaking, then we use will. Okay, the simple future tense. For example, I will go to Japan, but I haven't bought the ticket yet. Okay, I haven't booked the hotel or accommodation yet. Okay, so in this case, we use simple future tense. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, to go through the statements and negative and question sentences. Okay. All right, so when you see the time words like this, like tomorrow, next week, next year, later, soon, in a minute, in an hour, in 2040, or the day after tomorrow, all those time words will talk about the future. Of course, tonight, if you are talking, if you are speaking in the morning, in the afternoon, like if you are speaking the sentence in the morning, then of course in the afternoon it hasn't happened yet. You can use future tense. Same for this Saturday. If today is Friday or if today is Monday from up to Friday, then of course you can use Saturday because it's talking about the coming Saturday in the future. So, but you need to pay attention that sometimes tonight, if you are talking about if you are at 11 p.m. if you talk about tonight, it can be it can happened already, so you might use past tense. Same for this afternoon. If you are speaking in the evening, so you said this afternoon, when you see this word, it can be in past tense. Okay, so please pay attention. These three time words, we can use it for future tense or we can use it for past tense. It really depends on the time of the day that you are speaking. All right, but except these three words, all those, like, there is no doubt that when you talk about something later, next year, it's going to be in the future, like tomorrow, of definitely is going to be in the future. Okay, so whenever you see most of those time words, okay, we use future tense except these three. Pay attention to it. Okay, so you know when to use future tense. You might have learned this in your primary school already. Okay, so these three are just something special that you have to pay attention in the exam. All right, but let's move on to the next slide. Okay, for future tense, as I just show you, the structure of future tense is will plus bi for bare infinitive. What is the meaning of bare infinitive? Bare infinitive, that means base form of the verb. Okay, that means we don't add. We normally you say I will wash my hand. Okay, before eating. Or okay, so we use the base form of the verb. That means we don't add ed, we don't add ing, we don't add es. Okay, so we'll washed, we're washing, we'll washes. Okay, all those words are incorrect. Okay, we have to use the base form of the verb okay, or some people call it as bare infinitive, okay, bi, to make it short, okay, for making notes. So I will go, I will watch, I will discuss, okay. For example, I will visit Japan 3 years later. He will go to Disneyland this weekend. They will discuss um, about a special topic tonight, okay. All those, okay. Whenever you see the will or sometime words like this Saturday, coming up Saturday, we need to use future tense. And the future tense, the structure is will plus bare infinitive. Example, he will visit my grandmother this Saturday. Okay, so this is your grandmother. Okay, I will visit my grandmother this Saturday. So this is just something to remind you. Okay, make sure you use the bare infinitive form. Okay, after the word will go, will visit, will discuss. Okay, make sure you know this. Okay, because I know that some students still need to add ed, es, or ing. Okay, after the verb will or modal verb. Okay, don't make silly mistakes like this. Okay, thank you. All right, now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, example, whenever you see the word tomorrow, okay, then your answer will be, I will watch a movie with my friends tomorrow. Okay, when you see the time verb will, we use tomorrow, we use will plus the bare form. That means you just copy it directly from the given word. No s, no ed, no ing. I will watch. Same for number 2. They will travel to Beijing next month. Time word next month, will, future tense. Okay, or you will travel, we will travel. All right. What about this one? Okay, let me show you the time word tonight. So it's going to happen tonight. Okay, so he will play in the park tonight, or she will play in the park tonight, or it will play in the park tonight. Okay, use bare infinitive, base form of the verb. Again, pay attention to that. Thank you. So how normally, okay, let's talk about simple future tense in statements. How do you change this into a statement? Okay, by these given words. So you change it to, I will go to Disneyland the day after tomorrow. So we know that the day after tomorrow is talking about something in the future, right? Okay, so we use will. I will go to Disneyland the day after tomorrow. Okay, so this is how we form the future tense statement using will plus bare infinitive. What about if we use the negative form? Negative form, that means using the word not. Okay, for example, we just talk about, I will watch a movie with my friends tomorrow, right? What about if we say something negative? That means not, with the word not. Okay, then we would say, we will not watch a movie with my friends. Okay, so you need to add the word not after the word will. Okay, same for this one. They will travel to Beijing next month. We will say, they will not travel to Beijing next month. Okay, another example, she will play in the park tonight. When you change it to negative form, we just add the word not after the word will. Okay, so it will become, he will not play in the park tonight. Okay, so this is the negative form for future tense. Do you know what is the short form for will not? Yes, correct. Won't. Okay. Some people don't know the short form for will not. So will not is the same as won't. Okay, so usually you can say, I will not watch a movie with my friends tomorrow. Then you can say, I what? Won't watch a movie with my friends tomorrow. When you use the contraction form, or you can call it as a short form, whenever you see this here, whenever you see this short form or contraction with the apostrophe, then it's in a casual or informal situation. Okay, so because you are talking to your friend, okay, so this is in a casual or informal conversation, then we use the short form. Okay, for will not. So I won't watch a movie with my friends tomorrow. What about number 2? They won't travel to Beijing next month. What about number 3? He or she or it, he, she, it won't play in the park tonight. Okay, so this is how we form the negative sentence with a short form or with a contraction form for simple future tense. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Next slide, we need to learn about future tense in yes or no question form. How do we change it to question form? For example, example number 1, this is the statement, examples of statements. Number 1, he will pass the test. When you want to change it to question, change this statement to question, we can change the subject, okay, like this. We swap the subject and the auxiliary verb will. So he will, we change it to will he pass the test, okay? So super easy, we just swap the position. Number 2, we will go to Disneyland. When you want to change it to questions, okay, you will ask, will we go to Disneyland, okay? I wonder if I can take out a pen and write. I think I can. Okay, so we just need to swap the position. Okay, I don't seem to be able to write, but anyway, you understand, right? We will, then you change it to will we. Okay, again, will we have lunch together today? So we change it to we change it to will we. Okay, very simple. So we will have lunch together today. If you want to change it to question sentence, we change it to will we have lunch together today? Make sure you add the question mark, okay, at the end of the question sentence. I will be rich. When you change it to question sentence, I will, you change it to will I be rich? Okay, this is a question, so will I be rich with question mark, okay? So how do you change it to, how do you answer? Okay, so your answer usually it's either yes or no, okay? So feel free to pick one answer. So for example, if the question is number 1, if the question is, will he pass the test? If you think he will, then you say, yes, he will. If you don't think he will pass the test, then you say, no, he won't. Okay? So this is the yes answers, and these are the no answers. Okay, for number 2, will we go to Disneyland? Okay, if your answer is yes, then we'll say yes, we will. If you are busy, then you say your answer is no, then you will say no, we won't. Okay, number 3, will we have lunch together today? If you want to have lunch together, then you say yes, we will. If you are busy or if you don't want to have lunch together, then you say no, we won't. Okay, same for number 4, will I be rich? Usually you can say no, I'm not sure, but this is not very authentic. But if you really want to be rich, then you will say yes, I will. Okay, so make it happen, I hope. Okay, if you are super lazy and you don't want to put any effort and you don't think you will be rich, then you say no, I won't. Okay, so this is how we change the statement to question sentence and how we answer the yes or no questions, okay, using the simple future tense. All right. Okay, so more examples. Let me go back. I will watch a movie, then you change it to question. You will say, will I watch a movie? They will travel to Japan. Then you can say, will they travel to Japan with question mark, of course. He will play in the garden. Then when you change it to question sentence, you change it to he will. You swap these two. So you change it to, will he play in the garden? Question mark, of course. Okay, so this is how you change the future tense from statement to question sentences. Okay, so this is your final answer. Okay, will I will watch. Then you say, will you watch or will I watch a movie? If you are talking to yourself, then those pronouns, you don't need to change it. You can change it or you don't have to change it. Okay, make sure that you need to add the question mark at the end of the sentence, and the word will, lowercase, you change it to uppercase. Okay, so will they travel to Japan? Will he play in the garden? Okay, change it to question mark. Okay, so the lowercase will become uppercase. The uppercase, they will, you change it to lowercase in this case when you want to change the statement to question sentences. These are the three things that you need to change. Okay, swap the position and uppercase and lowercase and with question mark. All right, so I think basically that's all for today. So we have learned about what is simple future tense, what it looks like, the structure of simple future tense, will plus bare infinitive. Make sure you don't add s, no yes, no ed, no ing. Okay, for the verb. Okay, after the word will. Okay, so this is the first thing you have learned about the basic structure of future tense, and we have learned about how to change it to negative statements, and we have also learned about how to change it to question sentences or yes or no questions. Okay, so I hope that you found this video useful and simple, and you know what simple future tense is. Okay, from now on, don't mix up with the be going to. Be going to is more certain and has plans, but will, you don't have plans. You just make the decision at the moment of speaking, and the certainty is very low, okay, for things that is going to happen, comparatively lower than be going to. Okay, so that's all you have learned for today's video. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.